Hello everyone. Welcome back. Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. Welcome back to another video gameplay of Wildermyth, where we are playing the first story of the game called Age of Ulstryx. This is video number 3 of the series, so hope you have been enjoying the video series so far. So we've just secured the area of Cooper Drop, and securing meaning defeating the enemies that were found there after our scouting activity. So now we will really secure the area, and we will choose the first option, which will guarantee us an item. Okay, so let's see what we have got. We have a sash that increases the potency value by 0.7, which is very handy for some of our characters whose skills may rely on the potency level for damage or effect. So let us take a look at our characters once again to see which of their skills require potency. So Gale's piercing shot relies on that. So does Timway's shield shear ability. Various ability does not require on that, and lastly Elementalist, which gives damage based on potency level as well. So given that the potency affects both Infernal Rain and Spencer Salvo for Xenian, I'll probably give it to her so that her skill damage output would also increase alongside it. So let me... oh right, sorry, Xenian already has is already carrying something, so I'll give it to the next person, which is probably Gale, I believe. Was it Gale? Piercing shot potency, shoot shear as well, but this is only half effect, whereas this allows her to pierce one full unit of enemy armor with each potency level, so probably it would sit better with Gale, so I'll just give it to her. Okay, next up we would now head over to the infested area, Day Forest, so let's go over and give it a scout. Okay, so we're done with our scouting activity, and you notice that in this a case of assaulting the area, you notice that there is a bracketed statement below, +1 for infested tiles. Right, so typically when we assault an area that is not infested, the enemy strength would be represented by the first line. But however, because this area is infested, the difficulty level or the number of foes that has increased because of the fact that the area is infested. Right, so let's go ahead and assault the area. Here's a thought, maybe Angel Coral Grove isn't as dangerous as we believed. Crick. Crick. Crash. Huh? Where did Veralia? Down here! Veralia's step has broken the hidden covering of her hunting pit, and she's fallen scuffing and scraping into a dark rocky hole. How far down are you? Oh, far enough. I've been out this way by myself, could have died down here. We are close to where those things were spotted. If this is a trap, might be risky to try and get her out. So we have 3 options. I'm quick, I'll climb down and help her. Let's be methodical, safe, tie together a rope or something. Or maybe we leave her down there to act as bait. This will be an interesting option. I've never chosen this before, but I think for the purposes of this gameplay, let's do something safe. So let's be methodical, safe, tie together a rope or something. So let's go. Hold still a moment, Veralia. They enter the near woods and strip some long vines and boughs. They are able to knot them together. They lower the makeshift rope to Veralia, and she's able to climb back up. Come on then, let's forget this ever happened. Okay, so we have 4 foes in this combat stage. So this map is a very small map, so obviously the enemies are going to come from the top, so I'm going to let them come over. So what I'll do is that I'll use Gale to scout ahead. Here we go, here we go, here we go. Okay, so I'll put her into Silk Step mode first, and I'll do the same for Varelia, but I'm just cognizant that the enemies might approach from either way and I don't want them to expose her. So what I'll do is I will here, and then I'll silk step into a safe spot between the two sort of paths entering here. And for Timway, I would come this side and put her into Guardian mode. And lastly, Xenian, I will put her to wall against Timway to give her an additional protection. Ouch, okay. So that was one. There's a ranged character that I gotta put out very quickly. Now Varelia has Rook, so when she kills an enemy she enters grey plane for free. So if she's not able to kill the raccoon, then that's not a good thing. Okay, so first up, let's see. How do I go about doing this? Okay, Varelia, she can't really take out an enemy on her own. Although Gale has the piercing shot, so if she attacks Rhaegar directly, she can almost pierce through his armor unit. So what I'll do is that I'll need to take out the roll first, which is the high priority. So I'll do an interfuse. Let's see, what can I do? Is there something I can grasp him with? 4 to 8 damage. All I have are flares over here. Or this, sorry, not flares, discus. But I suppose I could do a discus on the roll. Attack. And he blocked it. Fine. Timber will come from behind. Let's see now. Varelia. She can finish him off, I suppose. And still stay in grey plane mode, which is a good thing. And then I will put, let's see. I really need to get rid of the raccoon because the raccoon is a ranged character, so I will take the chance and attack him from far. Nice. Okay, so scenery grants cover. Scenery that gives partial or good cover provides protection to adjacent units. Attacks passing through the scenery have a chance to damage the scenery instead of the unit. Alright, so Varelia. Oh, this raccoon is also a ranged character over here. Okay, I didn't notice that there's 2 ranged characters on both sides. So let's look to do a shield here, and then a discus. Okay. Alright. Let's have Gale. Move over here. Finish off the raccoon. Nice. Okay. Timway. Attack from here. Okay, and now if she were to attack here, she's going to be exposed. So I'm going to put her in the middle. Shoot from far, and then she'll end up walling with the other 2 characters. Okay, so let's have the hunters finish off the raccoon. Nice. Okay, let's see what we've got. Silverbark knee pads. Rock. plus 5 percentage points. So I suppose within the three ladies, I'll probably give it to Timway, who's going to be again right at the front. Okay, so now we have freed up this area, so let us secure it one more time. And at the same time, as we are securing the area, you'll notice that Timway is actually healing up at the half speed because she's busy doing something. Okay, so we have 4 new calamity cards which we actually can negate using our legacy points. So given that, let's see, our enemies seem to be, I can't tell whether is it the Gorgons or the Deepest. I suppose Age of Ulstryx would be the Gorgons. The Gorgons would be the main race, so we'll try to remove everything that is Gorgon related to sort of slow down the difficulty levels. We can keep the Trixo because they are not the main enemy of this story, so we can keep that and save us 1 legacy point. Right, okay, so let's continue with the securing action. Okay, what do we have here? Pauldron of Faith augments 0.7 units of health. Let's see, who can we give it to? So of the 4, giving it to Xanian will guarantee us an additional full unit of health because it crosses the 7.0 mark. So let's do that for Xanian. Okay, now we have a choice to advance either way. So I'll probably sweep up this way, Linden Wilds, Rodell Wilds, and then I'll come over to the forests and then the observatory. So let's do that. Okay, again this site is infested, so there's additional +1 enemy unit from infested tiles, so let's go. A weird rhythmic noise filters through the trees. It's getting louder. It doesn't sound aggressive. Over here, an ancient ox leans its bulk against a beech trunk. Blood pools from its panting muzzle. The thing's sick or something. The ox doesn't flinch from Timway's approach. She notices a wound at the base of its neck. There's something in here. What looks like a blue pomegranate seed, but it's as big as my fist. I've got skilled fingers. Let me try and dislodge the seed. Better to kill it now. Let it die with dignity. An ox at the last. Wait, I hear something, almost like it's speaking to me. Okay, let's try this. This is interesting. As she attempts to commune with the ox, Timway is struck by a measure of its pain. Beast, old ox, can you understand me? How do we help you? The ox turns its head slightly as Timway addresses it, then its whispering voice enters her mind. I have seen where the thing goes. With a quivering hoof, the beast marks some lines in the dirt. Kill it, but first, kill me. Let it be done then. At the last, the ox's eyes seem happy to find rest. Timway scribbles down the ox's map. This way, they won't even know we are coming. Okay, so nice. All 4 suffer 2 damage to start the mission. Okay, so 4 units again, and there's... Oh, okay, so there is... Okay, so in some stages, in some combat stages, there is this spirit, elemental spirit, whether it's stone, fire, water, or earth, I believe. So each spirit, if caught, gives you a chance to input an element into your weapon, whether it's primary or secondary weapon, and each element actually gives your weapon, enchanted weapon, a certain benefit, right? So I've caught all the elements in the game, and my personal favorite is the water spirit, because if you infuse or if you imbue your weapon with the water element, having a successful critical strike gives that character an additional action step, which is very handy when in this game, because actions and the number of characters are really the only limitations to the player in terms of what you can do against the enemies, right? So my personal favorite again is the water spirit, but this is the stone spirit. So but let's see whether we can catch up with the stone spirit or not, right? So but because okay, so let's see now. Let's be a bit more adventurous and open the door. Right, so there's no enemies that are visible, so let me see. I can probably use Teamway to get to the stone spirit, so let's do that. Let's do that. Caught you, do I get to make a wish now? Bree. So enchant tier 0x replace with tier 1 stone x. Right, so you can, again, like I said, you can enchant your weapon with the element of the spirit, or the second option, the default option, the alternative option is for the party to gain legacy points. So I'll just choose this option to enchant my X with the stone element. Here we go. So with for a weapon that's infused or enchanted with the stone element, right, upon stun effect, shreds 1 armor and pins all enemies within a 2 tile radius, which is very handy for physical characters as well. So let's replace Teamway's pickaxe with this enchanted axe. Okay, so since there's no enemies over here, I'll play safe and do a silk step for both archers. Let's see whether there's an enemy over there. So there's nothing that can be seen so far. Let's just advance up all the characters. Okay, let's use Veralia to scout ahead. No enemies in this room, so basically the enemies are probably gonna be in this area. So let's see, what we can do is we move the archers along the side here and let them flank the enemies, whereas we will draw the attention of the enemies from here. Okay, so let's open the door. Oops, there's one more door here which I can see. Okay, so let's see. Okay, I'm not quite sure whether there's an enemy here, so what I'm gonna do is that I'm gonna move up Xanian 1 step, interfuse with the bat over here. So interfusing with objects actually provides line of sight to the party based on the line of sight from the interfused object as well. So that's why I could I could light up this area to reveal the raccoon, right? So now I'll use Infernal Rain. As you see, next, nope, not that good. Alright, Gale, open the door. Okay, so she is able to pierce the armor unit. So let's do this. Okay, and then let's have Radio hopefully be able to... Oh! Okay, I didn't see the row here, but let's finish off one unit first. I guess I miscounted the number of units. Okay! 1 damage. That's still manageable. So, let's have Xanian finish off the raccoon. Okay, and Gale will advance up to attack the row, and then we will have Veralia flank the enemy. Level up, yes! Teamway is level 2 warrior. Now we have 4 skills instead of 3. So again, this game allows characters to have a choice of one of 3 skills, but typically once the character has a skill in place, there may be a 4th option, and there usually is a 4th option, which is more of an upgrade again for the player to choose among the 4. So let's see now. Endurance Team Wei has 2 armor and plus 2 armor and plus 1 warding. Zealous Leap. Every other turn as a swift action, Team Wei makes a daring leap up to 3 spaces away. Distance 3 plus half defensive. Raider. As a swift action, Team Wei can start a fire on an empty tile or break a piece on adjacent scenery, dealing 1 damage to all foes adjacent to the scenery. Now, of these 4, I probably wouldn't choose Raider because this sounds, while it sounds like an AoE effect, but typically speaking, as you know, for how I play is that I would like my melee characters to, as far as possible, finish off the enemy when doing the attack. So they're probably more focused on defeating enemies one at a time. So I'll probably not choose this. So of the remaining 3, let's see. Team Wei as the melee character only has 1 armor unit and 1 warding. So I'll probably choose passive first because this is useful ability to have. So I'll choose endurance for Team Wei, and then we found warrior armor tier 1, right? So which is good. So as you can see, this this new set of clothing would enhance Team Wei's stats, as you can see by the big green arrow over here. Of course, there are certain aspects that will take a dive, like speed. Team Wei's movement will reduce from 5 spaces to 4 spaces, rounded down, and her dodge probability will decrease by 5%. But having a lot of armor is good for a warrior, so I would take this for her. And now you can see her appearance again has changed to reflect that she's wearing a piece of armor, which is again very nicely done on the part of the developers. Okay. Now you can see that Team Wei has 6 armor and 3 warding, which is very good, which makes her a lot more tanky in the game. Let's secure the area now, and again find an item. Now some enemy attacks would shred the character armor or have a piercing ability. It's also usually is having more armor units, right, would increase the durability of the characters. Okay, so just now we saw that there was an opportunity, right? So an opportunity is a sort of like a side story that creates a lot more varying experiences in the game, which is also very interesting. And the best part about the opportunity selection is that at the end of the side story, which is a very short one, the main character that's the beneficiary of this opportunity will automatically level up to the next level, right? So this is a very good way to get our characters leveled up in the game, besides following the main storyline, right? So let's do that. Opportunity. How long has it been? I don't know why. Sleeping later and later. How long since I have really felt inspired? Hey you, stop for a second. Oh Team Wei, you following me? No, just heard you left town, packed for a journey. I see it's true. I'm taking some time, looking for a light to guide me. I don't know what it is really. You never know what it is, but you've always got to figure it out, right? Kind of. It's like mud puddles. If you never stomp them, you never get to wash your boots. I better go grab my things. You have any idea where we are off to? I'm chasing inspiration. We are going anywhere, we'll find it. In that case, isn't a bar a good place to start? No, it's beyond the horizon. That's what I do know. That actually does sound inspiring, right? So choosing the first option will allow you to proceed with the opportunity, whereas choosing the second option simply defers the opportunity. So it sort of like sets you back to where you were at the start before you chose the opportunity. So it doesn't remove the opportunity, it just cancels this task or this direction of pursuing the opportunity in the game. Right, so we want to look to complete the opportunity, so let's choose the first one. So for opportunities, we can actually select up to 3 characters. By default, each opportunity would default 2 characters, as shown in the story, in the conversation just now, and then the player has an option to include or to exclude a 3rd character of his or her choice. Right, so for this purpose, given that our party is pretty small, I like to keep the characters, try to at least ensure that there's a partner with each other, in case there's a battle. So I'll remove Aurelia and just allow Gale and Timway to be part of this opportunity. So let's go. So sometimes opportunities will require the character to travel to a certain site, as you can see. So we have finished the securing site, and then now there's a new accessory, the Scarf, increasing the bonus damage of 0.7. Now I think I remembered seeing one of the characters having a skill that requires bonus damage. So I believe it was Xenian. Was it that Xenian? No. Okay, so I think oh sorry, this is spell damage, right? So bonus damage is basically applicable for everybody. So since no one has a skill that is specifically relies on that as a modifier, you can just give it to the character that allows that will benefit most from it. So all 4 of them will benefit directly, because as you can see, granting them the accessory, all of them, right, will bring them to the next round number, right, 0.4 to 1.1 or 1.4 to 2.1, right? So I would say let's give it to Xenian, because of the fact that she has AoE spells or AoE commands, which actually means that we can actually magnify the additional bonus damage to more than one enemy in a single attack, right? So let's do that for Xenian. Okay, so now we have a decision to make about Xenian and Aurelia, right? So if you can see in this side note or footnote, right, that it says that areas that are infested may ambush groups of 2 or fewer heroes, right? So to avoid Xenian and Aurelia from being ambushed, I'll move them here to do a scouting activity, and then I'll wait for the opportunity to be done, and then we'll scout this area. Okay, Xenian's episodes were nothing new, but they had been growing stronger lately and more numerous. It was only a few moments of twitching and pressure, a brief but desperate fight against something inside of herself. But the effort always left her exhausted and unable to focus. Good. It's alright, Xenian, keep it together. Ah! Come on, not now. Enough! I struggled inside your mind long enough. I must grudgingly admit, something about your soul dodges, blinks in and out, makes it impossible to grasp. What are you? What do you want? At this moment, what I am is fed up, and what I want is a deal that works for us both. Give me a place to exist, nothing much. An arm, a leg, an eye perhaps, and I wouldn't bother you anymore. I dare say it could turn out advantageous for us both. And if I refuse? I may not be able to take your soul, but I can make your life very difficult. I don't just hand over body parts that easily. Well, when you put it that way, right? So, as you can see, if I choose the second option, there is an event that happens, transformation. I've not seen this event during my gameplay so far, so I would choose this to see what happens. The entertainment of the idea for just a second was enough. A force like billowing storm clouds unfolded, and suddenly her gaze felt weightier, powerful, shared. The feeling was jarring. Okay, this isn't so bad. My head feels a lot clearer at least. Oh crude, how am I going to explain this to the others? I hope Timway doesn't get all "I told you so" about this. Okay, so Xenian has transformed. Let's see what she has transformed into. History. Let's see. Where do I go? I think it was abilities, I suppose. Shadow. Something that had been sleeping inside you is now waking up. So her right arm has changed to a shadow arm, and it has given her grants Xenian additional command, which is Harvest. 3 to 5 magic damage. Xenian breaks a nearby foe with a shadowy claws. If she kills it, she consumes its soul to heal 1 HP for each shadow limb she has. Damage 2 to 4 plus half bonus damage plus potency. Okay, so this gives her a healing ability. Shadowed, it also gives her +1 speed. Alright, so interesting. So let's take this time to build a station here to earn resources. Okay, so we can build one of 3 different structures, right? A treasury, a lumberyard, or primal altar. So each structure provides the character or the player with different materials, and each of these materials are important to as it determines, or rather these materials are used to upgrade the character's weapons or armor, or even to create accessories as well, right? So let's skip this and let's see what are we missing. So this window that is showing right now is basically the resources that the player has at the moment, and at the end of the chapter, how this will change at the end of the story, right? So as you can see, hides and fabrics will be on the low side in addition to spell threads. Spell threads tend to be used mostly by mystics, so that's probably not so important to this party, but hides and fabrics are more applicable for armor, especially physical armor. So let's go for hides and fabrics if we have the option. So okay, we have hardwoods and fabrics, we have hardwoods and hides and spell threads. Hold on, which one are we missing? We are missing more on fabrics, so let's choose the one that gives us the increase in fabrics, which is hardwoods and fabrics. So let's choose that one. Let's go. Okay, so what do you think of Griff Quarry? Is this what this place is called? They say the brave who come here shall learn of themselves deepest truths. Well, one thing I've learned is to mistrust your vacation ideas. I'm trying to stay upbeat about this, but the day dies, sun falls away, and in the night they build a fire. I don't know what I expected to find. I think I'm mostly looking for a feeling. Is that really something you can search for? Remember when we were new at this, everything was new, each path we took and every labor we put ourselves to? I'm bored. Okay, I'm not gonna sing because I sing terribly, but okay, let's move on. That song. He worked for a lot of time. Okay. Okay, let's moving on. The old love song is one she sung 100 times by a fire, 100 times with a friend, and still tonight it feels new. How strange. But I didn't know you knew that one. Are you kidding? Everyone knows that's my song. I sing it best. A noise rises in the darkness, not an echo of them, but a resonant call or something else. Did our voices wake the neighbors? Well, there's been some run-ins out here. Stick by the fire, no, it's nothing. I don't like waiting to get ambushed. Let's look around. Let's choose this. I don't like being ambushed either. They circle around until they hear a noise in their camp and return to find it looted. Then the foe closes in around them. Okay, this is not a good outcome, but that's good. Okay, -1 fabric. Okay, that's the extent. That is fine. All heroes. Walling provides no armor this combat. That's fine. 2 foes on site, 1 ranged, 1 melee. Okay. Let's Teamway is probably not going to reach the characters, so what I will do is that I will put Teamway up here and let the raccoon approach us. Guardian mode. Let's attack the rovers and let the raccoon come to us. Okay. 1 down. Right. So, I'm suspecting the raccoon is not going to come near the characters. It's going to stay far away. So what I'll do is that I'll just approach right up to the raccoon. And I know that walling doesn't really do anything at this point. So I'll make use of the scenery to at least get some defense for Gale. Okay, the teammate is blocked the attack, and let's finish off, or not. Alright, so let's flank the raccoon from behind. Okay, deals 1 experience points short of leveling up. Throwing knives, offhand damage plus 2, range plus 5, range is 5, and stun damage 2. Not a real fan of throwing knives per se, but since I have it, I'll give it to... Okay, both of them are archers, so technically they don't need range knives, and the shield is probably a lot more useful to teammate than throwing knives, so I'll just salvage it for 1 ingot unit. Okay, Bear Strength Belt increases bonus damage by 0.7, that's handy again. Let's see. So let's have Virelia have this, because again it increases the chance of her killing an enemy and thereby remaining in group status. So let's do that. To my eyes, it's all clear. Same here, nothing moving. Well, that was sudden. Seems like we'll survive another night. You know, I'm glad we came out here. But let's be on the road at dawn. Yeah? When you sang and when I sang it with you, I was struck by how long it had been since we had done something together. Just said something, you and me. So I guess anything's still possible. In the morning, you'll simply start home. Right, so Gale has leveled up, and also she has increased her retirement age by 10. So that's very nice. I like my characters and my heroes to have a very high retirement age, so that they can last around in the game longer. So in this game, characters can carry over between chapters within the story until they actually reach their retirement age. Once they do so, they are forced to retire from the game. So there is a chance that some of your initial characters may actually retire during the story itself, right? So thereby you will lose all the time, the skills, and the advanced stats that they have gotten as due to the cost of leveling up in the story, right? So plus in addition, and a higher retirement age is always good for the player. Okay, so now we have a new, we can choose a new skill. So of the lot, Bard and Piercing Shots are my favorites because of the Piercing Shots actually now, the upgrade to Piercing Shots now allow Gale to actually shred armor units rather than just pierce them. But Bard is also handy because it actually increases the probability of critical effect to all heroes in the party plus by 5%. And it also reduces the cost of recruiting new characters by 1 legacy point, which is very good as well. So I would say let's do Bard, right? Because this actually increases the probability of critical hits to all heroes in the party, which is very, very handy, especially when the weapons are enchanted with the water spirit, with the water element, and thereby it also means that there's a higher chance or higher probability that almost your characters with a water enchanted weapon have a higher chance of having an additional turn as well in the combat missions. So let's have Bard. Let's choose Bard for a second skill, or for this next skill upgrade. Okay, so we have come to a nice point to sort of stop this video. So again, if you have enjoyed watching this video, do invite you to watch the first 2 videos of this series as well. Give this video a like, subscribe to this channel, and click on the notification bell so that you'll be informed when we upload new videos on this channel. Right, so until then, take care, and we'll catch you later.